Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today we will introduce about Varactor diode. Okay, this example of the Varactor diode that is in the our life. Okay, next. Okay, what is a Varactor diode? Firstly, a Varactor diode is a PN junction diode that changes its capacitance and the series resistance as the bias applied to the diode is varied. Okay, in our slide we include the structure, construction, operating principle, application, and characteristic of Varactor diode. Okay. The Varactor diode is one kind of semiconductor microwave solid-state device. Varactor diodes are also named as parametric diode, tuning diode, and mostly called Varicap diode. The outcome of the variable capacitance can be shown by the normal PN junction. These diodes are chosen for giving the desired capacitance change as they are special type of diode. Varactor diodes are specially fabricated and optimized such that they permit a high range of change in capacitance. Okay, this is the symbol of the Varicap diode. The symbol, this the symbol of Varicap diode or Varactor diode. Okay, the symbol is only like a common PN junction, but the difference is the diode is inbuilt with two lines that specify the capacitor symbol. Okay. The different type of Varactor diode are available in the market, such as hyper-abrupt Varactor diode, abrupt Varactor diode, and gallium arsenide Varactor diode. Abrupt and hyper-abrupt Varactor basic structure. Often circuit using Varactor diode need a specific type of performance. In particular, the capacitance voltage CV curve may need to be a particular shape or have a particular relationship. By controlling the doping in the manufacturing process, it is possible to obtain the required profile for the PN junction, and this way control the CV characteristic for the Varactor diode. As might be expected, the name of the different Varactor diode refer to the profile of the PN junction itself, and this provide for different value and property for some of the parameter. Abrupt Varactor and hyper-abrupt Varactor have different properties as detailed in the coming slide. For abrupt Varactor diode, they are more commonly used for diode. The abruptness of the junction is governed by the doping concentration and also the profile. This is controlled during manufacture. For abrupt Varactor diode, the doping concentration is held constant. Example, constant doping level as far as reasonable possible.
The operating principle of the Varactor diode. To know the Varactor diode working principle, we must know the function of capacitor and capacitance. Let us consider the capacitors that comprises of two plates alienated by an insulator. The capacitance of a capacitor is directly proportional to the region of the terminals. The region of the terminals increases, the capacitance of the capacitor increases. When the diode is in the reverse bias mode, where the two regions of P-type and N-type are able to conduct and thus can be treated as two terminals. The depletion area between the P-type and N-type regions can be considered as insulating dielectric. The volume of the depletion region of the diode varies with change in reverse bias. So this the capacitor and this the diode. the depletion region is considered as effective dielectric. Thus, one can apply the formula used to compute the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor even to the Varactor diode, where Cj is the total capacitance of the junction, epsilon is the permittivity of the semiconductor material, A is the cross-sectional area of the junction, and D is the width of the depletion region. The electrical circuit equivalent of a Varactor diode and its symbol are shown by the figure. This indicates that the maximum operating frequency of the circuit is dependent on the series resistance Rs and the diode capacitance, which can be mathematically given as this formula. As a result, one can conclude that the capacitance of the Varactor diode can be varied by varying the magnitude of the reverse bias voltage. As it varies the width of the depletion region, D. Also, it is evident from the capacitance equation that D is inversely proportional to the capacitance. This means that the junction capacitance of the Varactor diode decreases with an increase in the depletion region width, caused due to an increase in the reverse bias voltage VR, as shown by the graph in the figure.
Right now, we will talk about the reverse breakdown. The reverse breakdown voltage of a Varactor diode is the most important thing because the capacitance decreases with increasing reverse bias. Although voltage become higher, the decrease in capacitance will become smaller. However, the minimum capacitance level will be determined by the maximum voltage that the device can withstand. It is also wise to choose a Varactor diode that is a margin between maximum voltage, let's say the real voltage of the driver circuit, and the reverse breakdown voltage of the circuit. So it should be between them. By ensuring there is sufficient margin, the circuit is likely to fail. There will be a maximum frequency for the operation. This means that the device with low capacitance levels that may be more suitable for high frequencies will be placed in the microwave type packages. These and other considerations need to be taken into account when choosing a Varactor diode, as a particular diode type may be available in a number of packages. It is necessary to choose the variants with the package that is most suitable for the application in view. Every diode has its own Q points, so that will be for Varactor diodes. An important characteristic of any Varactor diode is the Q points. For greater use in frequency synthesizers, it affects the noise performance. High Q points diodes enable the higher Q points tune circuits to be achieved, and in turn, this reduces the phase noise produced by the circuits. For filters, the Q is again very important. A high Q points diode will enable the filter to give a sharper response, whereas a low Q point diode will increase the losses. The Q point is dependent upon the series resistance that the Varactor diode exhibits. This resistance arises from a number of causes. First, the resistance of the semiconductors in the areas outside the depletion regions. In the regions where the charge is carried to the capacitor's plates. Some resistance arising from the leads and package elements of the components. The Q points or quality factor for the diode can be determined from the equation below. The Q point the Q, or what we call quality factor for the diode, can be determined from the equation, this equation, where CV is meant by the capacitance at the measured voltage and R for the series resistance. So when we design the circuits, the Q point of the circuits can be maximized by minimizing the capacitance, and this will be the quality factor formula, which Q equal to F over frequency.
Hello. Okay, then okay, next we move to the characteristics of a varactor diode. So this varactor diode is important for us to know the characteristic. Okay, the first characteristic, which is this diode significantly generate less noise compared to the other diodes. We have the normal diode, so this diode have the less noise compared to the other diode. Okay, the cost of this diode is available at lower and more reliable, so it's more cheaper than the other. Then this diode also are small in size and very lightweight, that we can easily implement in our circuit. Then if this diode in the forward bias, so it will be no useful for it to use, because this diode have been operate in forward for reverse bias. Okay, so when it comes to reverse bias mode, the varactor diode enhance the capacitance as shown in the graph below. So next we move to the application of the varactor diode. It's so important for the diode that we can use it in application, which is the varactor diode mainly involved within the RF design arena. Second, discuss this. Okay, next, varactor diode can be implemented in voltage control technique, because it can change the capacitance, so it can be to choose a right frequency for us to use. Okay, next, consider the circuit of VCO design by using varactor diode. We name it as D1. Okay, the oscillator can be allowed by changing the D1 diode. Then the capacitor C1 is used to stop the reverse bias for the varactor diode. Okay, so it will neglect the diode getting short circuit through the inductor. Then the diode can be adjusted by applying bias through an R1 resistor, isolating, or we call it isolating series resistor. So here the simple circuit of varactor diode when we implement in control voltage oscillator. Next, the varactor diodes are mostly be used in the RF filter to tune. Okay, in the receive front end circuit, tracking filters may be crucial. Varactor diodes allow the filter to follow the frequency of the incoming received signal, which can be restricted using a control voltage. Usually, this is offered by microprocessor control through the DAC. Okay, DAC stands for digital analog converter. Okay, so before we use the varactor diode, so we need to choose the right tuning. Check its power dissipation. We have mostly about 225 milliwatt, 300 milliwatt, or 330 milliwatt. Then we check its minimum breakdown voltage. For example, 12 volt, 14 volt, 25 volt, or 13 volt. Then last, we check its nominal diode capacitance. Mostly we use 2.8 picofarad or 22 picofarad. Okay, that's a lot of advantages when we use varactor diode. First of it, tuning circuits to replace the old style variable capacitor tuning of FM radio. A small remote control circuit. Then a tank circuits of receiver or transmitter for auto tuning, as in case of TV. Then varactor diode, so useful to signal modulation and demodulation. It also can adjusting bridge circuits and also adjustable band pass filters. So last but not least, for conclusion, these varactor diodes can be used as frequency modulators and RF phase shifter, as we have been discussed before. This diode can be used as frequency multipliers in microwave receiver. This diode also can be used to change the capacitance in tank LC circuit. Thank you. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and hope you guys understand what we are trying to discuss.
Subscribe.
And please follow my IG. Pendek sikit.
So please subscribe for our page and share with all your friends.
Watch the video.
And watch the
Subscribe
video.
now.
Subscribe. You will find the link under the video.
Do it.
Do it.
Just kidding.